Hey guys, it's Core Ross and welcome to the 6 News channel. Today we're looking at the balancing changes coming with Rainbow Six Siege's new season called Neon Dawn. So let's get into this. Now I've been playing the new season for the last 4 days as I had early access alongside other YouTubers to play this season. Now the biggest change is probably that of Havana. This is a massive change. I wouldn't exactly go as far as to call it a rework, but it is a change that will make a massive impact, and that is the ability to change Havana's gadget from firing 6 pellets to 4 or 2, and you can switch at will between these. This makes you just much more versatile as a Havana player, as you can set your gadget to fire off 4 pellets for say hatches, or even to make smaller holes in reinforced walls, and you can even go down to 2 if you want to help out with say an ace breaching a hatch or something like that. So a big improvement, and I'm curious to see how the actual player base will use this, but it makes her much more versatile, and because she's still got a huge amount of pellets, she can do a lot more with that. So yeah, big change there. Up next is Echo. So his drones, normally when they go up and attach to the roof, they will go invisible. Well, they no longer go invisible. They actually stay visible even when they're attached to the roof now. This is a big nerf overall for him, and he is getting something though back that was previously taken away from him. So we'll talk about that shortly. But yeah, big change for Echo. Curious to see how this is going to affect his pick rate and ban rate. Like, I think they hope to push his ban rate down in kind of the high level plays and like Pro League and stuff. So curious indeed. And that is quite a big change for him. And then we've got a change that will impact a lot of players, because we know that Jaeger has like an over 90% pick rate in high ranked play. That's Platinum and Diamond on PC. And this is going to impact pretty much every one of them. So his active defense systems are now going to have a cooldown. So what that means is if someone throws in say a flashbang and the active defense system takes it out, then that ADS will actually start a 10-second cooldown before it will do anything else after that. Meaning, of course, you could throw a flashbang in, then throw a frag in, and potentially then get an easy kill if someone's in there. So that is a huge nerf for him. Now, there is a couple of bonuses. So his ADS will now actually take out infinite gadgets instead of just 2. But of course, with 10 seconds in between, that might not be enough to counter this big nerf. Now, I've no idea if that's actually going to change his pick rate at all. People might still pick Jaeger, but I do wonder if this is going to help that kind of utility meta that everyone's, kind of complaining about. And we'll certainly see if this makes a big difference in gameplay once it's actually out on kind of the normal test server, and then obviously in live after that to see how it's going to actually affect gameplay. And I could certainly see YMI's pick rate going up because of that. Now, another significant change is a new detection gauge for when you jump out of the building as a defender. So this is a new UI element. Now, I'm actually not entirely sure why this actually exists. So what they've done is reduce detection down to 1 second, and you're presented with this new UI element when you jump out. Now, the way I kind of assumed it was going to work when we first heard of a gauge system coming into Siege was that maybe it would kind of slowly come back down once you were back inside the building. So if you jump out again, it would go off quicker, but it doesn't. It's just literally showing you 1 second and that's it. Now, I guess that's maybe why they actually went for this UI element, because it is literally 1 second. So if you had a counter for 1 second, that probably wouldn't work too well. So yeah, this is the new detection gauge. Now up next is the Chanca Rework. So there is one major change that they've made to the Chanca Rework that is a nerf, and that is that they have removed Withstand from Chanca. It is gone. You can no longer self-revive. I assume that is because of all the criticism that came out about him, him being able to do too much, and it has been removed. At least for now anyway. We'll see if he gets any more tweaks before he appears on live servers at some point. Then we've got some minor loadout changes where things are kind of moving around. So the biggest change that we seen was actually Ash. She has lost her flashbangs and gained claymores, but they seem to have, I guess, because this is obviously a big change that a lot of people would not be happy with, but they have given her an extra breaching round for her gadget. So you are losing the flashes, but you are gaining an extra breaching round in the gadget. I don't know if it's going to be enough to make Ash mains happy, but certainly that is how that has gone. Then we've got Twitch, who's actually gained flashbangs now. So not a huge difference there, but certainly she's got some flashes. Then we've got Dokkaebi. This is quite a big one. She has gained frag grenades. So she's actually went from having frag grenades to begin with, then not having frag grenades. Now she has frag grenades again, which for Dokkaebi is a very good option. So that's going to be enjoyable. Then we've actually got someone who's lost frags, and that is Zero. So Zero has lost his frags and gained the hard breach. So that could dramatically change how you play Zero now, because you are capable of destroying stuff like bandit batteries and then also hard breaching yourself. That's potentially really good, but also losing the frags means you can't use the intel to get easy frag kills, so that could be a major downside. Then moving on to defense, we've got Valkyrie. She is losing her deployable shield and gaining impact grenades. That might change some major strategies there. Then we've got Echo, who, like I said, has been hit with that nerf, but he has got something back because of it. He has got his deployable shield, which he used to have, but was taken away. He now has it again. So that is an interesting change there. But I'm curious to see, Echo players out there, what do you think about that? Then we've got Wamai, who has actually lost a deployable shield and has gained impact grenades. Now another minor change, but this one actually might have a big impact on defenders, is reinforcement speed. It has actually been increased, so you put those reinforcements up quicker. This is an example here of putting up 2 reinforced walls, and we're able to finish it a lot faster on the new version than we are on the old version, which is the current live version right now. Now there's one more minor change I want to bring up, and that is the melee attack. So it has actually been slowed down, but also speeded up. When we were playing, a lot of people were saying that the melee attacks had a longer cooldown between each attack. That meant you couldn't kind of spam it as quickly as usual. Now, I felt this too, and I thought it was the case, but of course I went back and actually did some tests between the old and the new, and noticed that it wasn't quite what was happening. So the cooldown is slightly longer, but we're talking like milliseconds, so it's really not increased much. What has decreased a lot though is the actual animation. So the animation for the melee is so much quicker that it feels like it's taken longer to get the second one off. And the actual animation for the melee has been changed as well. So this is the old one where the hand actually kind of starts at the bottom of the screen and then comes up towards the center where it does the melee attack, and then it goes off to the right of the screen. Whereas the new one starts on the left hand side of the screen with an open hand and no knife. And then what happens is the hand then rotates, the knife appears and moves across kind of the top of the screen, then through to the middle, then out the right hand side. So the animation is changed, but also, like I say, it's far faster, which makes it feel like you can't get that second melee off as quickly. So there we go guys, that is some of the major changes coming to Rainbow Six Siege's Neon Dawn season, and this is all from my early access with the new season. For about 4 days I've been able to play around with it, and presumably there'll be of course patch notes that'll come with the test server that I'll cover as well, and that might review any other changes, and of course there might be other balancing changes and stuff that goes on during the test server phase before the season actually comes out. So I'll keep covering all of that and letting you know any updates. But anyway guys, let me end this video by asking you, what is your opinion on these changes? What do you think about all this? And thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Of course, I've got a video on the new op out on the Core Ross channel if you want to watch that. And yeah, thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you next time.